Welcome, guys, to Justo Hops. Thank you all for being uh, watching the series. If you're watching this one, thank you for being here. Today, I want to show all of you a trick using AI. So, if any of you use AI, please let me know. Put in the comments. Tell me how you're using it. And if you're here for the first time and you would like to know how to utilize that tool, then put it down in the comments. Let me know. Yeah. So, I share my screen and then show you how I would like to share it. Let's do it like this. I would like this. This would be okay. We'll put that open there. I think this would be great. Let's try that. So, I think you guys can see my screen. If you can, this is great. This is basically GPT. So if you never use ChatGPT, you go into gpt.com. If you are using GPT, this is called a GPT, which is it's basically building your own secretary or something to do something for you. So if you would like to have a reviewer of a document, you can create yourself a GPT that reviews documents. I believe that requires the subscription model, a little bit of the pro plan, but I believe in the basic plan, you're able to utilize GPTs that are out there. So what you do is you go into, if you have GPT, you go into more and you look for GPTs, sometimes on the plugins, but GPTs. So when you run into GPTs, or when you run into GPTs and you go into the GPT library, what you can do is you can search the GPTs and you can search for Justo Hops. Make sure you have it separate. Justo Hops, Justo Hops. And then it searches and you find me under Pinellas Beer. Try them too if you like. So here's Justo Hops, and then you can actually start searching. This is basically travel like you belong. And then if you want, you can also utilize my Universal Travel Reflections. That's one that I'm kind of working on, an idea. If you have any ideas, comment below, let me know. But this is more, let's say you're planning a trip. The last weekend I was out and I ran into a family and then there was a young couple and they want to go to Miami. Let's say they're using my Justo Hops GPT that I created for anyone to use. This is free. I don't get anything. This is just free for you. So let's go into the chat. So you did the whole GPT thing. You found the GPT, and now you're going to start chatting. Okay. When we start chatting, it takes you here. It's going to give you a little bit of some prompts that are in here. For example, plan a neighborhood hopping in Lisbon. Give me a travel dice roll. Create photo quests for Tokyo. Find hidden gems in Vienna. But let's just say you want to go to Miami, and you live in Germany. You've never been. You actually never been to the U.S., right? So you just want to kind of get an understanding. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. You always have to make sure you read through what it's giving you. Okay. You feel something that's different, you should always fact check it. But most of the stuff I've been playing around with this, it's actually pretty good. Okay. Uh, by the way, if I have not told you yet, my name is Justo. I'm just a travel storyteller. As you see from my videos, I just like to share. This is not my job. This is something I do as a hobby to bring to y'all. I actually have a different profession, and you can find that link down below. And you can also find me on LinkedIn to see that profession. So thank you for watching. Back to planning Miami. So here in Frankfurt, you're flying out of Frankfurt, Germany. You want to go to Miami Airport, right? Just basically, whatever you want to give it, you just start with your question. Hey, me and my wife, you can replace that with whoever you want. Going to my Miami from Frankfurt. And if you want, the more, of course, you give it, the better it's going to be able to give you information. So try to spend at least 5 minutes. And if you don't want to spend 5 minutes, you just want to say, I don't want to go to Miami from Frankfurt. Let me know what's up. You say, well, me and my wife are going to Miami from Frankfurt in October. What's going on, right? Boom, just an easy, let's go, what's going on. And then you're going to see it's going to bring up the the it's going to bring up the events and the activities that are happening. Now already they're showing you the Woodward walls. You need to go there. It's beautiful art, beautiful urban art. They have transformed that town. So it's something that's, I would say, it's definitely a place to go if you're visiting Miami. It's not always you do a lot in Miami, you can have a good time. So use the tool as you see here. A fantastic trip in October is one of my favorite times to visit Miami. Yeah, the summer crowds are easing, but you got to understand definitely in October there is the Halloween. There's a lot of Halloween stuff going on in Miami. So of course it's gonna mention some stuff here about that. But October timeframe, definitely, depending when you have NFL football, you have the Heat. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And as well as you notice here, it's already pulling information from different areas regarding concerts. So it's already starting to provide you with information so you can be able to plan your trip. Now, it's giving you also below a few practical tips what to do. Frankfurt to Miami, 10 to 11 hours. That's true. October temperature. That's also true. This can vary. These days, October has been always up and down. It's still possible to get short tropical showers. Of course, it is hurricane season till November. So in October, you still might get some tropical showers. And as well as, you might want to rent a car, especially if you want to go out with the bounce. This is, of course, will help you with that. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so I would like to fly from the 15th of October till 10th of November. We would like to stay at Marriott and would like to rent a car. Right, so that's just, and you don't have to, if you start early, you can just start, maybe you and your wife are having sitting down and talking about it. You just created yourself a little Justo Hops planner. And then if you guys just are having dinner and talking, hey, let's check it out. And you keep on adding to it. And it keeps on understanding your wants and your needs. And it has a history of everything you've been discussing with it. And basically by then you have your trip planned and hopefully arriving to Miami and having a great time. That is Justo Hops. The link is below to take you straight to the GPT. This that I have created, I could already put the link below so you can already hopefully be able to utilize it. That might not work too much, but again, you can always build your own dream through Justo Hops. If you have any questions, you can always reach me through the comments below. Check out my stories that I have been posting. Thank you guys. Follow me at Instagram and YouTube at Justo Hops.